Tell me about the shirt you're wearing.
Uh, Pretty much speaks for itself.
Is that something you would really like to see happen?
Absolutely.
Even with that crucifix dangling over it, what would Jesus think of that?
Absolutely. He's not just a traitor now, he's been a traitor for decades. Everybody knows it.
But again, you have Jesus hanging overhang for Biden. Would Jesus be cool with it?
What's the penalty for treason? Death.
Tell me this then.
Put him in prison for the rest of his life.
So, what is it about Donald Trump, forgetting Joe Biden for a moment, that you like so much?
What did he do for this country? What did he do for the entire world? World peace? Lowered gas prices, taxes, everything. Everything was phenomenal under Donald Trump. Everything was.
Everything.
Everything. Absolutely everything was. And now it's
What is bad right now, specifically to you?
everything's bad. Look at all the wars going on everywhere. Gas prices.
But do you blame
inflation's-
President Biden for the wars that are going on?
Absolutely. And the Democrats and Obama.
I'm, I'm,
Actually,
I'm,
Obama calling the shots right now. It ain't Biden. Biden's,
so it's Obama calling the shots?
I believe so. What
Is
did
it-
he say at the end of his second term or after his second term? He said if he could have a third term and have a bug in someone's ear and run it from his basement, that would be good enough for him. And I believe that's what he's doing.
Now, is it just me or is there something real special going on with those eyes, man? Them things is open. She ain't blinked one time that whole exchange. Maybe once, maybe twice, but that was pretty impressive.
Because I hadn't heard that Obama's running the White House before. Is there sort of support for that you've heard?
Biden's not doing it.
But is there support for that you've heard?
He's incompetent. Biden is incompetent. I mean, he shits himself and when he goes to see the Pope and everywhere else, and he has no idea where he's at most of the time or what he's doing.
And it's hilarious hearing her talking about Biden going around in his pants, especially with these new reports coming out that Donald Trump is always falling asleep and gassing himself and passing himself, you know what I'm saying, and stinking up the place.
I mean, he's like, none of this would be happening if they hadn't stolen the 2020 election from Trump and we the people. That's a fact. They stole the 2020 election, and none of these wars would be going on. There would still be world peace had they not stolen the election from us and Donald Trump in 2020.
Do you blame the Biden administration for both of the wars that are going on in the Middle East and in Ukraine?
Biden administration, the Democrats, the rhinos, yeah.
Even though it was Putin who went into Ukraine and it was Hamas that went into
He would have never done that if Trump was in office like he should be.
Okay. And then stolen election, what's the evidence of that you're
There's
pointing
mountains
to?
of evidence. Are you serious right now? There's mountains of evidence. In some states, Biden or Trump was way ahead, and then within seconds in front of your eyes, all of a sudden Biden's ahead and Donald Trump is behind by 30,000 votes. I mean, it's like 30,000 votes were taken away from Trump and given to Biden. I mean, right?
Would that not just be counting votes, mail-in ballots?
No,
Remember, that was
no.
the pandemic election.
Right. The plandemic, you mean?
What do you mean?
It was released intentionally. That's what I mean. They did it
What?
on purpose so they could use ballot stuffing and
Oh, so COVID, they released COVID so they could stuff the ballots?
yes, absolutely. It was a plandemic. Everyone knows that. It wasn't just a fluke. A bat got out of. It was planned. It was planned.
Donald,
Everyone responsible for it should be at the end of a noose or in prison the rest of their life, right along with Fauci and everyone else that was involved.
if you could have an option of 4 years of Donald Trump as a dictator or 4 years of Joe Biden as a president, what would you choose?
Donald Trump.
Even as a dictator?
He wouldn't be a dictator.
No, but I'm in this silly
I'd still say Donald
hypothesis.
Trump. I'd still say Donald Trump. Absolutely. No, you know who the dictator is right now? Biden. Biden. And look at the shit that they're doing to Trump in court. They have no grounds for any of the stuff that they're taking him to court for. It's all bullshit to keep him from being able to run in 2024 for president. They're trying to give Donald Trump the death penalty for some bullshit charges. It's crazy.
I haven't heard the death penalty to Donald Trump, actually. I've only heard that possible prison time, some of them just fines.
For what?
Well, I mean, they're violations of laws in Florida and in Georgia and federal.
So why didn't they bring these charges up against him when they happened? If they're so bad,
I'm not in the Justice Department. I don't know.
because they're scared to death of him and they're trying to keep him from being able to run for president because they know they're going to lose. Unless, of course, they cheat again like they did in 2020.
I don't think they thought they cheated, but I think that
They know they cheated. Everyone knows they cheated. Everyone and their dog knows they cheated and stole the 2020 election. It's clear as day.
but except 60 courts said they didn't. I don't have a horse in the race.
Dirty because they're dirty.
But they were Republican courts and Democratic courts and all sorts of courts.
They're rhinos.
So unless they agree with Donald Trump, they're rhinos.
No, I'm not saying they have to agree with Donald Trump to be not be a rhino. There's a lot of rhinos out there, and the Democrats stick together like glue. It's just they're scared of him. They're scared of him, and they should be.
Still to this day, Joe Biden and Donald Trump are in a competition to see who can hit the bottom first. We got the Biden administration coming out condemning the college protesters for, wanting a little bit of peace for the Palestinians who are getting absolutely slaughtered by the Israeli establishment, by Benjamin Netanyahu. We got him gaslighting the protesters. Then we got Donald Trump on the other side saying that, well, actually, everybody's totally happy that we reversed Roe v. Wade because that simplified things. Before the reversal of Roe v. Wade, everything was so complicated. So now we had to send it back to the states. That's exactly what everybody wanted. The man's calling for war with Iran. The man is saying that he's going to deport 15 million people. He's going to get everybody up out of here. So, it's that independent group, that youth vote that both of these people really need. It's like, how can I destroy that today? How can I ruin my chances today? I still really don't know what to call it because on the one hand, it looks like Trump will be up and then he'll say something like that about Roe, where he'll say something about we're going to deport everybody. And then we got Joe Biden on the other hand condemning people for, demonstrating their First Amendment rights of protest. So it'll be interesting to see how it closes out. But we got to November and let's do our best.